Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ashley and I'm a second-year vet student at St. George's University. And for today, I am going to be letting you know how I manage my migraines while I'm in vet school. So I do a couple of different things, but first I'm gonna briefly go into the history of my migraines and then talk about how I manage them in school and why I wanted to make this video at the very end, because I feel like it is so important to shed light on chronic pain or any medical condition that takes your focus from school. We'll just get right into the video. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more. So I was actually diagnosed with migraines at the age of 7. So honestly, I've had migraines pretty much my whole life. I've had to work around them. I figured out quite a few of my triggers over the years. I was put on a bunch of different preventative medications and medication to take during like a mild migraine and then a severe migraine. I am taking quite a bit of medication at this time to like help control my migraines. Gosh, over the years I've had so many different MRIs done on my brain just to make sure that there was no tumor, because with my migraines it causes vomiting, it causes light sensitivity, noise sensitivity, and I actually start feeling like I'm going to go blind on some of the severe migraines. It's been difficult handling my migraine life because I try not to let it affect my studying. Sometimes it really does. It's really frustrating, but I've managed to come up with different ways on how to prevent my migraines and keep them from being so severe. So I will go through that list now. This was just kind of like a brief history of my migraines. If you want to know more, just let me know down in the comments, and I can definitely make a whole separate video about how I managed my migraines in like high school, with work settings, or undergrad, because right now I'm just talking about how I'm managing them in my graduate program. So for the first thing, I do take medication that my doctors have prescribed to me for not only my migraines but also my thyroid, because I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism during undergrad, which can affect migraines and like the intensity of them. I was put on a correct dose for that, so that has significantly reduce some of the migraines I've had. And also I controlled my menstrual cycle as well, because that was also another big trigger of mine. So I am taking medication for those conditions to help minimize the amount of migraines I have during the school year. I limit the amount of exercise I do every day because I have noticed that one of my other triggers is doing too much physical activity at one time. I have to spread it out within the day. I can't just do it all at one time, which is kind of difficult in this field because it's very physical when you're restraining patients and you're on your feet all day. So that has been really challenging to figure out, but I think I've come up with different ways to help mitigate my migraines based on how much activity I'm doing. I drink tea pretty much on a daily basis, mostly mint tea and black tea, because I've noticed like if I drink those types of teas, I don't usually get a migraine as often. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I feel like with the mint leaves, it just helps reduce pain. I do my best to prioritize my sleep during vet school. This isn't always easy to do, especially during my exam season where I'm usually up at all hours of the night, but I do my best to keep to a strict schedule so I can get my full 7 hours of sleep a night, which has helped significantly from the first year of vet school to my second year of vet school. During first year, I definitely noticed there was such a spike in my migraines because I wasn't sleeping correctly. I was only getting like 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, and unfortunately my body just can't handle that type of activity, staying up all night. So I have prioritized my sleep this year, which has significantly helped. I do my best to do either like a short walk in the morning, or I open up my windows to get some fresh air. I do my best to reduce the amount of stress I have in school by having very good time management. I am very organized with my schedule. I literally schedule out everything that I'm supposed to do that day. Obviously, there's always going to be some amount of stress dealing with a program. I do my absolute best to keep hydrated throughout the day, especially in Grenada because this is such a very warm climate. Unfortunately, my migraines usually are triggered by hot climates, and the only schools I got into vet school for were all warm climates. Another one of my triggers is being exposed to a computer screen for long hours at a time. I actually purchased a blue light glass protection for my glasses just to help minimize the amount of tension and strain I was putting on my eyes for when I had to study or when I was in class. I try to stay as comfortable as I can. You've noticed in a lot of my videos I study on my bed because it's more comfortable for me and I reduce the amount of strain on my neck and back, which usually causes tension to go up to my head to cause a migraine. So I try and reduce the amount of strain that I'm putting on my body by resting in my bed while I'm studying. I have done that for years now, and it's really helped me, but it's definitely not for everyone. I make sure to eat good meals throughout the day. I am more of a snacking person, so I don't usually have 2 or 3 meals a day. I snack throughout the entire day to reduce the chances that I would have a migraine due to lack of food, because I noticed that was one of my triggers early on, was that if I wasn't eating soon enough or on a regular schedule, I would get a migraine, and it was so frustrating. I actually decided to join a chronic pain counseling group as well. SGU offers quite a few different group sessions that you can talk with your counselor about, and then they can get you into the group. Honestly, it's been so helpful learning how other people manage their own chronic pain. I kind of tried some of them out and I found that actually quite a few of them helped me. I would highly recommend it if you are dealing with something that you don't really know how to handle or just want some advice from other people. I also noticed that one of my triggers is smelling smoke or marijuana or just having loud neighbors at night. It's been really frustrating in my current apartment. I think I've talked about this so many different times, but my upstairs neighbors are just incredibly loud and they smoke frequently. And unfortunately, it always comes into my apartment as well, the smell. So I've actually made the decision to move apartments. I will be moving shortly. You won't see this apartment much longer, even though I really love this apartment. I'm planning on making a whole tour of this apartment before I leave, so you can see what type of options you have close to campus if you do decide to come to SGU. It's not been easy figuring out what my triggers are. It's taken me years to figure out. So I do my best to manage the triggers, which has therefore helped me to manage my migraines really well, especially when we're in such a high stress career field. It's important that we're studying and keeping on top of things. I decided to make this video because there are so many students out there who are dealing with medical conditions that hinder how they study, or even hindering them going to class, which happens a lot to me as well. I wanted to put this out there because I wanted to let other people know that they're not alone. Want to give some encouragement to students who are thinking about, oh, maybe this isn't something I can do because I have this condition. There's so many different resources out there to hopefully help you figure out your dream and go for your dreams, even if it's really difficult. And there's so many different stories out there about what people are going through, and just know that it's possible to achieve what you want in life despite what medical condition you have. I personally never thought I would be able to be a veterinarian because of the strain of this job, but I'm here in vet school. They still accepted me. They're still working with me to figure out ways to help me get through my studying And just kind of knowing what your triggers are for your medical conditions can definitely help you figure out ways to manage those triggers better, because unfortunately, obviously, the medical condition's never going to go away. We just have to work around it. And I feel like the more people struggle, I've seen them do so many amazing things with their career. I hope this helps at least one person. But I would love to know down in the comments, if you've made it this far into the video, like, how do you manage your medical conditions while in school? I just wanted to share with you some of the ways I manage my migraines. It may work for some, it may not work for others. That is where I'm going to end the video though. I hope you do have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next vlog.